Everyone thinks that they know a lot about asthma, but there are a lot of things that you don't know. So make sure you listen close because these things can save your life or the life of someone you love. First of all, asthma is a chronic disease. Just because you're not wheezing at the time does not mean that you don't have asthma. You must respect the disease because not only can the disease kill you, but if you don't respect it, it can take your quality of life, which is sometimes just as bad. When you have asthma, your airways narrow, which is also known as bronchoconstriction, and they also swell, which is known as inflammation. You see television commercials that illustrate this all the time. Your airways produce extra mucus and get clogged, and that's when breathing becomes most difficult. The most common asthma signs and symptoms are coughing, wheezing, and shortness of breath. If you have severe asthma, you may be at risk of a life-threatening asthma attack. Asthma cannot be cured, but its symptoms can be controlled. Treatments include taking steps to avoid your particular asthma triggers, using long-term control medications to prevent flare-ups, and using a rescue inhaler to stop symptoms once they start. Because asthma changes over time, you must work with your doctor to track your signs and symptoms and adjust the treatment as needed. The goal of treatment is to avoid the substances that trigger your symptoms and control airway inflammation. In sensitive people, asthma symptoms can be triggered by breathing in allergy-causing substances called allergens or triggers. Common asthma triggers include animal hair or dander, dust, changes in weather, chemicals in the air or food, exercise, mold, pollen, respiratory infections such as the common cold, and stress. And the biggest thing that drives me crazy, tobacco smoke. If you have asthma, you cannot smoke. Other triggers include gastroesophageal reflux, sulfites, which are additives to some foods and wine, and if you're obese, it also increases your risk of asthma. Also, aspirin and other nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drugs can provoke asthma in some patients. I'm your favorite doctor, Dr. Corey Hebert with BlackHealthTV.com.